and to Sam CR, the Craven one, we will be playing Primeval Titan and Big Maverick.
Oh, of course. Primeval Titan in every format.
Of course.
Right.
Primeval Titan can get a Guy's Cradle if you don't already have one in play. And, okay, Avenger of Zendikar plus Guy's Cradle.
Yeah, oh, that's so good.
Mind blown.
Then what do you cast? With all that green mana.
What does it matter?
Helix Pinnacle. This is it.
Pinnacle.
We've solved it. We've broken this format.
Oh, man.
Was hoping to see Stacks hopefully in the finals. I agree. I sort of have a hidden desire that Stacks makes the finals too. Just such a cool deck.
It is. It is. Smokestack is a fun card. Not if you're like on the receiving end of Smokestack.
No, it's not.
But when you're the one placing counters, oh yeah.
You're having a lot of fun.
Lots of fun.
So, Brendan Beard, the originator of Big Maverick. You know, we can't play Force of Nature. We can play Kadama of the North Tree.
I think Kadama North Tree is pretty much a strict upgrade. It's okay. It's 2 less power, but
Yeah.
how does he die in Legacy? Wrath of God.
Tarmogoyf. Yeah, let's disregard Tarmogoyf for a moment.
All right. No, because you're gonna play
Scavenging Ooze.
that card, but you're also gonna play Noble Hierarch, and so it's actually a 7/5.
Okay.
Tarmogoyf is rarely as big as a 5/6, so we're getting through.
Okay, so this is your next article for Star City, right?
Yes, the Big Maverick deck.
I like it. I do.
I want to build this up now. We're just using Guy's Cradle. That's the trick. We're casting something big.
You know, Guy's Cradle is one of those cards that it seems like it should be better in Legacy. Really only used in Elf combo.
Yeah, it's real good in that deck.
Yeah, it is.
Real good. People just stop playing Wrath of God. Matt says the whole point of Stacks is that it isn't fun at all. That means you're winning. Very true.
Yep.
I disagree though. I think it's real fun if you're using Stacks and you're like, oh, leave it at 1, bump it to 2. Just making those decisions, real fun.
Yeah, I'll sack my Worm Coil Engine. Am I supposed
Gladly.
to? Yeah.
Gladly.
I'll sack my Grim Monolith. It's tapped anyway. I'll sack my City of Traders. Play another one.
Okay. So looking at this deck more, well. Obviously, Brian, turn 1, I think he actually wants Vile more than he wants turn 1 Mother Runes.
Yeah, I think so too. Vile is a huge card for him.
Viling in Sarah's Avenger is really, really good against this deck. He doesn't have a whole lot of ways to deal with it. I mean, worst case scenario, it's going to trade with the Delver.
Right.
But it's probably going to be better than that.
Gets Lightning Bolted.
It does get Lightning Bolted, but
he has to have that.
Right, and there are just so many creatures in this deck.
Right, you can't Lightning Bolt every creature.
Right.
You can't kill Mother of Runes, Sarah Avenger, and Stoneforge Mystic.
That's true. That's true.
It doesn't have enough removal.
Mm-hmm. And it's, Batterskull's very good. Batterskull.
Wow.
Good Stoneforge Mystics to get Batterskull play, and he can Vile in Stoneforge, Vile in not Vile in Batterskull, but Forge in
close enough.
Forge the Batterskull. Stoneforge the Batterskull.
Vile the Batterskull.
Whatever. Jotun Grunt.
That's actually really relevant too.
Yep, keeps Tarmogoyf small.
Yeah, it keeps Tarmogoyf small, keeps Nimble Mongoose from getting Threshold.
Yeah.
Which is pretty huge as well, because the Mongoose is a little hard to get Threshold as is.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it works out. I think Brian Koo is really well positioned here.
Yeah, I'd be very interested to see how these other matches turn out.
Yeah.
Which of these decks does he have better matchups in the top 8? If he does happen to make the finals.
Ooh, yeah. Well, we're still waiting on the result of the Long Thomas match.
Of the Mud versus Goblins.
I'm not sure if that one's still going on, or what's the deal with that one.
If it is still going on, it seems like if we're this far in the game, Mud probably has some real advantages.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, players are probably drawing their cards. Or maybe they're still shuffling. Again, if you're just joining us, we're starting the semifinals of Legacy. On the right, we have Simon Sung playing Rug Delver, and on the left, we have Brian Koo with Death and Taxes.
And we have found out who has won the Mud Goblins match.
Who won?
The Mud Deck won.
The Mud Deck won.
Yeah, so this is an exciting top 4. We have Aggro Loam, we have Mud, we have Death and Taxes, and we have Rug Delver.
The big question now, who's advantaged here?
Mud or Aggro Loam?
Versus Mud.
Wow, that's tough. Aggro Loam has Life from the Loam, which is a huge card.
It is a big card.
That pretty much defeats everything the Mud deck's trying
The
to do.
big thing for me is that he has a lot of ways to kill Metalworker.
Ooh,
A lot of ways.
that too.
Chalice the Void, though, if he can get Chalice on 2,
Well, that shuts off a lot of his deck as well. Or do you mean Carson?
yeah, no, if Carson
Oh, okay.
puts Chalice on 2.
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yep, Simon,
Shut out long.
Simon with Rug Delvers in the play. Looking at his hand, looks like they're both keeping. Simon leads off. Misty Rainforest, sacrificing. Goes to 19. Probably going to get a tropical here, as he does. Oh, that is a nice tropical, too.
Ooh.
Simon Sung not kidding around.
No, he's not. Beta Trop? Those
Yeah.
are hard to find.
They are hard to find. Not too many of those in existence. Worth a little bit of money.
Just a bit.
Probably several times Brian Koo's entire deck's cost.
So Wasteland Aether Vial, exactly
Vial
what he
was
wants.
What he wanted. Now, Simon does have a Fire and Ice in his hand. Ooh, Wasteland takes out Wasteland.
He needs to have that blue-green source.
Yeah.
Also gets one closer to Threshold. Nimble Mongoose hits for 1.
The Vial gets counter.
Yep.
He does not draw before that happens. Oh, and it apparently has some sort of crab on it.
Rock Lobster.
Rock Lobster.
From Unglued.
I've seen many more paper tigers in my day, but Rock Lobster's pretty good.
Well, it's the natural enemy of the paper tiger.
It is a natural enemy.
So it's only fitting that there would be less of them.
Right. Now he did miss a land drop here.
Wow, no lands for Brian
Yeah.
Koo.
And thank God for that Vial.
Oh, do we have a blocker?
Mongoose comes in for 1.
Mother of Runes.
Runes.
Is that looking to block?
I don't think it is.
No,
I can't imagine it is.
I don't think so.
I think he's just going to take 1.
Yep, he'll
and
take 1 and
fire.
Fire. 1 to Mother, 1 to you, he says.
Brian Koo slowly being ticked down.
Yep, Brian Koo should be at 17 right now.
And,
Did he tick Vial up to 2?
I believe he did. It's hard to tell.
I think he might have just drawn for his turn. That's why the die's on top
Oh,
right now.
Yeah. Yep, looks like it's a 2.
Nope,
Oh,
still
he's
at 1.
Yep. We need to standardize these dies with nice, white dies with black dots. Very easy to
Okay.
tell. The blue dies with gray, not so easy.
So Aether Vial does go up to 2 this turn. Active Mother of Runes. That'll be able to block that Tarmogoyf forever. Till, of course, Simon Sung finds a removal spell.
Right.
Here's an end of turn Brainstorm. I would have liked to see him wait till the main phase for that.
And I believe Brian Koo has a Thalia in his hand. He also has a Jotun Grunt. Jotun Grunt, pretty big. 4/4 is large right now.
Yeah. They'll also shrink the Tarmogoyf. It'll shrink the Nimble Mongoose. It'll take that Nimble Mongoose a long time to get Threshold.
Yes,
If he can
it's
strip
quite
Simon
a
Sung's
while.
graveyard.
3/4.
No matter how big it does not have Trample. Mother of Runes will be able to stop him.
I think he's just going to Vial in a 2-drop and block.
Yeah. That works
You
too.
know? Thalia, if he had Thalia would stop the Mongoose.
Yep.
Or the Jotun Grunt will try to block Tarmogoyf.
Wow, and Brian Koo will just blow Simon Sung out here. He'll say, "Hey, this is a 4/4."
Yeah.
So does not block Tarmogoyf. Doesn't want to risk his Mother of Runes.
Right. He's that Mother of Runes is incredibly important in this match.
Right.
He needs to, if all possible, have that stop 2 burn spells. And Sylvan Library.
Yep. Aether Vial stays on 2. Wasteland off the top. It's one of the few lands that Brian Koo wants to draw here besides basic
And
planes.
the second Aether Vial.
Wow.
Yeah, he is apparently completely avoiding days. Now, I shouldn't say completely, because if he does cast Aether Vial, it will get dazed here.
And Brian Koo
Forgot to pay the upkeep.
Wow.
Got to pay the upkeep.
Cumulative upkeep.
That is huge.
Bane of players since 1995.
Ish.
Ish.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's a ballpark. Brian Koo will just say go.
Wow.
So that's a game changer right there.
That is huge.
He's now going to have to start blocking with that Mother of Runes just to stave off death from Tarmogoyf very soon. Oh. Wait.
Wait, what's going on?
I don't see how they could possibly rewind this. Brian Ku's already seen his top card. Simon Sung calling for a judge here. Calling for the head judge, I think.
We might be appealing.
Yeah, and if I was Brian Ku, I would appeal, or if I was Simon Sung, I would appeal that too.
Yeah, I think that to me it seems obvious that it's a it was missed.
Right. Brian Ku made a mistake. Cumulative upkeep is optional, and
but we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see what the ruling is.
Looks like the head judge walking over. I think he's getting the oracle text on Jotengrunt. Not sure how that's relevant. Cumulative upkeep is always is never mandatory.
Let's see what the ruling on the floor is.
So, even if this Jotengrunt does go to the graveyard, Brian Ku isn't in bad shape. He still has a vial on 2. None of his creatures will ever get countered with that from that vial, anyways. And he has 2 Flicker Wisps in hand.
So we'll see what the ruling is. If it stays, obviously, it's huge. It's going to shrink the Tarmogoyf.
Right.
It's going to be large enough to block the Tarmogoyf. By the time it finally leaves, Tarmogoyf is going to be really small.
Yeah. And Brian Ku also has the Flicker Wisps to even reset it.
Yeah. And those Flicker Wisps can start flying in, dealing damage.
Right.
This is what Death and Taxes does. It doesn't play like an all-out, aggressive deck. It has lots of tricksy things to do.
Right. It's not interested in casting Honor the Peer. It's not interested in just overrunning. It's interested in the small synergies.
Yeah. That's what it does. And it looks like I think we're getting a ruling over here somehow.
Yeah, they're looking up Oracle text on Jotengrunt. I'm not sure how that's relevant here. But we'll see.
Find out.
Players are just waiting on a ruling. Now,
why don't we talk about the sideboards a bit? So since we have this little break here, we don't know who's going to win this game, but what do we think about these sideboards? I mean, we see Brian Ku, who has this, he's got a sort of wish sideboard.
Yep.
Oh, and
it looks like
the players. Yep, talking to these people, figuring out what's going on. It has this, wish sideboard. He's got 3 Enlightened Tutor. Sorry, a Tutor sideboard. 1 Ensnaring Bridge, 1 Aethers, 1 Canonist, 1 Ghostly Prison, 1 Grafdigger, 1 Metamorph, 1 Relic, 1 Stony Silence, 1 Thalia, 1 Serenity, 1 Wheel of Sun and Moon, 1 COP Red, and 1 Revoker to go with those 3 Enlightened Tutors.
Wow, that is so many silver bullets.
But you know what?
None of them are really
that good. They're more like brass bullets against Simon Sung's deck.
Yep.
A few of them are fine. Ensnaring Bridge actually might not be bad against his deck.
Ensnaring Bridge?
Yeah.
I could see that. It gives Brian Ku a lot of time to get his Mangara Caracas loop going, but I don't think he'll need it. I really don't.
Well, I just think you play it, and it looks like the default action was taken. Cumulative upkeep not paid, and Jotengrunt is sacked.
Right. The reasonable course of action here.
Right.
Definitely seems like the right ruling. So Jotengrunt to the graveyard.
Match.
Yep. Brian Ku's main phase, he'll try and cast an Aether Vial. It will get dazed.
Yes, that is a definite daze. Maybe it's not. Maybe he got the read.
Oh, first he'll put in a Thalia?
That would make Aether Vial uncastable. No Asera's Avenger.
Okay, I'm not sure about the timing on those.
Yeah, it looks like it's all Brian Ku's main phase. Yep, and that dies.
So daze is played. Land return, end of turn, Wasteland
goes.
Your Wasteland.
Now that yeah.
If I was Simon Sung, I probably just would have paid for that daze. The hard way.
Yeah, I can see that. Probably would have been a little more productive.
Did you see how many cards Simon Sung drew off that Sylvan?
I did not.
Doesn't have many in hand here.
No, he does not. Can't pay too much life.
Right, that Sarah Avenger is Vigilance, and that's just going to come in every turn. And Simon
Sung has to decide if he's going to take this for 1 turn, or if he just, blocks. Give something pro-green. Nope, he takes it.
Wow. So,
He is trying very hard to play around Lightning Bolt.
yeah, it's tough though because that Mother of Runes would have just died had Simon Sung had a Lightning Bolt earlier.
Earlier, yeah. Oh, and 2 Tarmogoyfs. Things are just getting dicier and dicier. It's like he's thinking upkeep doing 2. I see his Thalia in his hand. I don't see anything else at 2.
So upkeep, Brian Koo, Vials, and Thalia.
Takes it up to 3.
Thalia up to 3.
He does have a Flicker Wisp in his hand.
And there's a Plains.
Now, if he has a, what is, I can't see what's in his hand. If he has a Swords, you obviously get cast because of Thalia. But in comes Sarah.
Yep. 3 points of damage, drops Simon Sung to a healthy 16. And eventually he's going to have to use this Mother of Runes.
Yeah, he's doing his best to, keep it there and keep Simon off of damage. But yeah, I don't think Simon has any bolts right now.
No, he doesn't.
And he's getting pretty close to the point that if he doesn't start blocking with it, the bolts are just going to come to the head.
Right. So Simon ponders for 2 mana. He's Force of Will, Delver Land. None of those he particularly wants right now. He just wants a burn spell.
He does. He needs to get rid of that Mother of Runes. He needs to force him to do something.
Yep. So it looks like our life totals are a little better updated right now. Simon Sung's actually at 12.
Right.
Those fetch lands and things added up pretty fast. So right now...
But Brian Koo, he, being at 9 life, facing down 2 Tarmogoyfs, he can double block a Tarmogoyf, which I believe are still 4/5s.
They are.
Oh, they're 5/6s.
Because that Aether Vial.
Yeah, can no longer double block. And Simon Sung played a land, so he can once again represent Lightning Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, Brian's going to have to chump one with a Thalia, I imagine. And the other one block with Mother and give it protection from green.
Right. Now, next turn, he will have Flicker Wisp available. He'll be able to wisp out 1 Tarmogoyf, double block another.
His other option is to block with all 3. Give a guy pro-green.
I don't like that option, I don't think.
Yeah, it's risky.
I think Thalia should just chump here. Of course, Mother of Runes should block and protect itself.
I think Thalia's going to have to be the other one. He's not too far away in the future of being able to, attack with that Sarah's Avenger, especially if he has have that Flicker Wisp in his hand.
Yeah, he does. He just needs to buy enough time right now. I would definitely be chumping with Thalia here.
Yeah, because if he's worried about Lightning Bolt, if he goes to 4 life, he could pretty easily just get burned out.
Right.
If that's card he's really worried. If he's put Simon Sung on a Lightning Bolt.
Right. Bolt, untap Snapcaster Bolt.
Yeah.
Is a reasonable line of play. So Brian Koo sure about that block, trying to decide on the other one. Ooh.
No, maybe not sure.
Not sure. Well, he can't take 10. Mother of Runes will have to be activated this turn. Oh, Sarah Avenger.
So he's going to give the Sarah Avenger.
Simon Sung gives a thumbs up there. He's happy to see that.
Brian Koo is going to go down to 5, or go down to 4.
Yep. Brian Koo at 4 life. And now we should see Simon Sung cast another Ponder.
Yep. Now Flicker Wisp, he will be able to have come in next turn.
Yeah, Flicker Wisp is a great card right now.
And largely negate the attack.
That's a Fire Ice.
Fire Ice is pretty good right now.
Simon Sung very happy to see that.
Now at this point, I guess that Thalia needs to go in. I mean, if he isn't blocking, he's got to attack.
Right, I think Thalia has to block this turn though.
Well, no, I think that the Flicker Wisp takes care of 1 Tarmogoyf.
Right.
And then the
Mother of Runes takes care of the other.
Right, or the Flicker Wisp can block the second Tarmogoyf, and you can just chump it. You get in for 5 here. Yep. Oh, no, yeah. See, I don't know why he didn't block this turn. I guess he can. Well, notice there's 5/6s.
It looks like he's putting off blocking as long as possible, but you're right. In the face of burn spells.
No, he's been playing around burn spells for so long that now he's in a position where he apparently can't play around them.
Right. So
Sylvan
Simon Sung resolves his Sylvan. Sees some pretty ineffective cards.
Yeah, nothing there that incredibly concerning for Brian.
Right. Yeah, if Thalia had gotten in that 2 damage, Simon Sung would be at 7 life.
Yeah. It's Flicker Wisp. If that is what that is, it's going to have to come down.
Oh, yeah.
He might have
can't.
a Mangara too.
Mangara would make sense here.
It would. Yep, both guys die. Look, they must have the Mangara. And he's trying to use that to take control of the match. Definitely a Flicker Wisp.
Last turn, though, Simon Sung didn't have the burn spell. I don't understand Brian Koo's erratic Mother of Runes.
Yep. And here comes the... Oh, and now he's going to fire them both.
1-1.
Only one can survive.
Brian
and
gets
it's
to
going to
choose.
have to be Mangara.
Yeah.
It's the only option he has right now. So Mangara will be able to remove one Tarmogoyf. Flicker Wisp will bring Mangara back, but you know, Brian Koo's just at such low life. Even if this Mangara is able to kill both Tarmogoyfs, you know, at some point he's going to take some damage.
Right.
Ooh, a swords. But
That's
I believe...
a great draw.
Does Brian have a... Nope, does not have...
I think he has a Daze on top of his deck, but not in his hand. So
and
Simon...
I think you have to do it now. You can't let him draw a card.
Brian Koo will. His plan is to block Nimble Mongoose and then use Mangara on the Tarmogoyf.
Okay. Very close game here. May not look very close, but if that second Tarmogoyf dies,
Yeah.
Brian Koo's going to be in an excellent position. So again, Mangara going to block Nimble Mongoose, activate targeting Tarmogoyf, and Mangara says that you remove itself and Tarmogoyf.
Right, but
so when you Flicker Wisp in response, the ability still goes off.
Exactly. So
Flicker Wisp, targeting Mangara.
And Simon Sung cannot be happy to see that.
No.
All his counters are just useless against that Aether Vial.
Oh, he did it pre-blocks.
Okay, so now the Flicker Wisp trades
So he has
with the Nimble.
completely removed all of Simon Sung's creatures.
Right, and now it's just a race to see if Simon Sung can assemble lethal burn spells before Brian Koo kills him.
Yeah, and Brian Koo, I mean, having it on 3, he doesn't have as many creatures in his deck at 3.
No.
So the Aether Vial is a little less effective here.
Yeah, that one plane's just a huge liability. We're somehow about 10 turns into the match, and he has 1 planes.
Yeah, he's not drawn much this game. Now, he did not use Mangara. He didn't attack with it.
Nope, keeping Mangara back.
I might have attacked with it. I think you might need to get some damage in.
Ah.
Unless he has another Flicker Wisp, which I did not see in his
I would
hand.
maybe kill that Sylvan as well.
Yeah, killing... Well,
Either
Sylvan
one would
might
be
really
fine.
good too. If he has a Flicker Wisp, I think you have to kill a Sylvan.
Oh, definitely.
If you don't, either attack or you kill a Sylvan. Simply leaving it back, I just don't know about.
Yeah, a lot of players...
Taxium Probe, and Simon Sung also curious what's going on.
Yeah.
Another Flicker Wisp.
Wow, he's trying to save the Flicker Wisp for something like a Tarmogoyf, but
No.
I think Brian Koo's a new Legacy player. He doesn't understand how powerful the Sylvan is.
He might not, you know, then, you know, if Simon doesn't have anything on those top 2 cards of Sylvan, then yeah, that Flicker Wisp is really going to be able to probably kill him.
Yeah, exactly.
So if he had done that during his upkeep, things might have been a little bit different. Now, he's still in a pretty good position. If he can, you know, just do it end of turn, target Sylvan, put in Flicker Wisp, attack for 3, put Simon at 6.
Right.
You know, if he draws a second land, then he's not too far away from lethal.
The advantage of doing it this way, though, is that Simon Sung basically can't play a creature right now.
That's true.
Because it'll
That's
just
true.
get Mangara'd. So we'll see how Brian Koo plays this. Because I believe Simon Sung just passed the turn back.
In my opinion, you definitely get rid of that. Yep, and he just draws.
I'm not sure what he's saving that Flicker Wisp for. He can't win a long game against a deck with so many burn spells.
I agree.
And did he draw another
I think he
Flicker
drew
Wisp?
another one.
Wow. And he's just letting Simon Sung Sylvan again with a fresh set of cards.
But Simon Sung, he just has nothing on top of there.
Right.
This is the turn you do it. This is the turn. Nope. Second land or shot in port. Thalia is going to come down.
You know, I'm not sure what Brian Koo is waiting for here.
Thalia can't get countered. It's probably going to get countered.
that gets dazed.
Wasteland gonna take care of the port.
Yep. And Brian Q still just letting
See what's
Simon.
on that Sylvan.
And eventually that Sylvan's just going to take this game over.
But I think with two Flicker Wisps, one is going to come in this turn. I mean, there's just no reason for it not to.
Brian Q has to realize soon that Sylvan is just letting Simon Sung pull so far ahead. And keep in mind that this is only game one of this matchup. They still get to sideboard after this.
Yeah, yeah.
And Brian Q?
One more turn. I mean, in fairness, he does now. Like, Simon Song is not going to be able to land a creature anytime soon.
Right. Except for Nimble Mongoose.
Nimble Mongoose is the only one.
So is
gonna take
Mangar attacking?
Mangar, I believe, is attacking.
Wow.
He's going to take Simon Song to 8. Oh, or maybe he is he is targeting that. No, he's not. So Simon Song just still digging, looking for a way out of this.
Right. And this looks like a Delver's Secrets.
Yep.
So this will force Brian Q's hand. He has to Mangara now.
Right. He's going to have to kill that Delver. Out comes a Wasteland. Delver. Mangara is going to target Delver. Oh, and there goes the Tropical, it looks like.
Yep. In response, that'll get stifled. If I were Simon Sung, I would have saved that stifle for the Aether Vial activation.
I agree. I would. Yeah, I would save it for the Flicker Wisp.
Yeah, any of those.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. So stifles the Wasteland. He doesn't need 4 lands right now.
No, I don't think he does either. He flips a Spell Snare.
So if you're Brian Q, you have to remove that now. No, he'll let Simon draw. And if you're Simon, do you even attack?
Oh, of course you attack. Targets the Sylvan.
Sylvan. Okay, so he's saving Flicker Wisps to block, it looks
Violin. Trigger on the stack. And
Snapcaster
for Stifle.
Ooh, this might even be Fire Ice here.
Oh, Fire and Ice,
boom,
yeah.
Boom.
Oh, boy.
So Brian Q slow played himself out of this game here. He could have killed Simon Sung ages ago.
And Brian goes to 1.
And we'll see what the top of his deck brings.
It's going to be something really good.
Yes. No, it just says go. He'll need a Swords plus a blocker here. Or a Flicker Wisp.
Get rid of the Insectile Aberration. And another Stifle.
And that's the game.
Wow, those Stifles, end of game, really paid off.
Yeah, it's usually a card that's so bad late game, but Simon Sung made it work.
Yeah, he did.
Stifled some Flicker Wisps, stifled some Mangaras. There you go.
Yeah, very impressive.
So they'll go to game 2. They'll start sideboarding. They'll look at each other's sideboards. But now it's time for us to give away 6 months of Star City Games Premium.
6 months premium.
Yeah, moving up. We give away 3 months last round. Give away 6 months this round. We'll give away a 4-day Gen Con badge next round.
Yeah.
So the question for you now, I'm about to ask you that, but before I do, I'm going to let you know what you have to do to win. You have to use the hashtag SCG Premium. You can address it to SCG Live. You can use SCG Dallas Fort Worth. You can tweet us. You don't have to. The only thing you have to do is use SCG Premium.
That is the hashtag we're searching for.
Right.
If it's not that hashtag, we will not find it.
Exactly. It'll be lost to the mists of Twitter. So the question is, we've seen a lot of Commander cards get played this weekend, especially in the only in the Legacy portion, actually. The question is, what blue Commander card have we seen played multiple times, featured in the sideboard of the Ant deck?
Yeah. Now, when we talk about Commander card, we don't talk about the card that's good in Commander.
Right.
This is one of those cards that was printed in the Commander decks.
In the Commander boxes.
As a specialty card. It's not not legal in Modern, not legal in Standard. Is legal in Eternal formats, such as Vintage and Legacy.
Exactly.
And by the way, Eternal, it's a very weird designation that Wizards has made.
Right. It's sort of just only 2 formats, right?
Everyone thought Eternal meant Excuse me. Everyone thought Eternal meant, doesn't rotate. Apparently it doesn't. Eternal just means Legacy and Vintage.
Eternal.
Non-rotating means non-rotating. So apparently we have non-rotating Eternal formats and a non-rotating Modern format.
Right.
So again, the question. We have seen a card.
No, I'm sorry. Actually, question was wrong. It was actually what blue commander card was in the sideboard of the blue-white Stoneforge deck, not the Ant deck. So it has to be the card from the commander box in the sideboard of the blue-white Stoneforge deck in the top 8.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the answer, if you don't know the deck list off the top of your head, you can go to starcitygames.com, check out our coverage, find out. It's everywhere. Really,
Yeah.
we're not making it hard for you guys to win premium. All you have to do is
just
tweet us
giving
with
it away.
yeah, exactly.
Giving it away.
For free.
Yeah. All right, shuffling up for game 2.
Yep, and that has to be in by the end of this match. So, what do you think Simon Sung will board in here? He certainly has a lot of options.
Yeah, he does.
He has Life from the Loam, he has Surgical Extraction, Red Blast, Spell Pierce, Gilded Drake, Submerge, Ancient Grudge.
I don't know if there's a whole lot he's going to really bring in here. Ancient Grudge, yeah, he can bring that in.
Yep.
That's going to deal with Aether Vial.
Yeah, and Aether Vial, as we saw, was a huge problem card for him.
It is a problem card for him, but the rest of them, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Surgical doesn't really do anything. Life from the Loam, nothing.
This is one of the worst decks for Spell Pierce.
Yeah.
Submerge, obviously.
Right, no forests.
Unless he wants to hard cast it.
Yep.
And what does he take out? That's the big question.
Right. For his 2 Ancient Grudge, certainly can't take out Fire Ice. Gitaxian Probe is not that strong in this matchup.
It isn't.
You do hurt your deck a little bit by taking out so many
Instance.
cantrips and an instance for Snapcasters, but it's not strong.
Yeah, sorry, you're replacing instance for instance, so that's okay.
That's true too.
But yeah, I think Stifle's the card that least impresses me.
Yeah,
in
there are
this matchup.
no fetch lands to get.
It worked great that game.
Right, but only because Brian Koo gave him so much time to do so.
Right.
They shouldn't have even come into play that game.
Sorry. Sorry. That's fine.
So looking at Brian Koo's sideboard.
Yeah. He's again, he has this crazy Enlightened Tutor sideboard.
Right.
And he has so many options, but they're not really that great against this. I still kind of like bringing in the Ensnaring Bridge.
It's not that bad because it's only one card.
Mm-hmm.
Potential for huge upside.
There really is.
And if Brian Koo's not going to attack anyway, your opponent might as well not be able to attack too.
And he has a little control over it because he can always put in a Flicker Wisp,
right?
Get rid of it and
flicker
come in.
it out.
Or just Mangara away all of theoretically Mangara away a lot of times permanents. Well, maybe that isn't worth it though. Maybe no more think about it. If you have to bring in the tutors too.
Right. It really depends if you have cards you want to take out. That's the real question.
So he might really just not have much. And Thalia is probably better on the play than it's on the draw.
Yeah, definitely. Still pretty good either way, I think.
Yeah, it's still pretty good, but 4 of them is a big question. So he might just leave it as is. Not what you like doing in a match like this, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, sometimes you build your sideboard for other decks.
Sometimes they don't, you play a matchup and you go, okay, well.
Right. I mean, what card can you get with Enlightened Tutor that's really good against Rug Delver? It's just it's such a hard problem to face.
Blood Moon.
Blood Moon's all right.
Blood Moon would be good.
Blood Moon's all right. It's a mono white deck though.
Yeah, I know that's a little issue. But I'm just talking about cards in general.
Right.
Maybe an Engineered Plague for Wizards.
That would be all right.
Gets Snapcaster.
Yep. Gets any unflipped Delvers.
Yeah. So that kills a lot of his creatures.
It's not that strong though. It's hard to hate out a non-linear creature strategy.
Yeah, it really is.
With
it really is. You're right. This is not much you can do. So
Ratchet Bomb's okay, but you don't want to Enlighten Tutor for a Ratchet Bomb. That's
he just doesn't have a sideboard for this, and that's fine. That happens.
Yeah, all the time.
Starts with the Plains and no turn 1 drop. Simon Sung again. That Beta Tropical, that beautiful Beta Tropical.
And we'll see what he does. No
Brian,
play.
He's probably gonna have something here. Does he have a Thalia? Does he have a something, a Stoneforge? Nothing.
No.
This is quite a slow start for him.
Chooses not to cast his GT into days. I like that.
Yeah, that's good. Once again, that one of Sylvan coming up, and it is going to be so relevant this game.
Yep.
Wasteland, great here. Out comes the Jit. He can pay for days if he needs to, and it will still kill the. And I like Simon Sung's moxie. He says,
Right.
target the beta. He says, I'll tell you what.
We'll make a deal here.
We'll make a deal. Revise goes in. It's very important when you have a beta tropical that you make sure that stays there.
Oh, yeah. If you have a beta trop, you don't just throw it in the bin.
No. That stays out as long as possible.
Yeah. Sam CR, humility is not bad. Costs 4, which is a lot
Humility
against
would
a
be
deck
pretty good,
with
actually.
Stifled Days in Wasteland.
Yeah.
But if you can get it out, wow, it's good.
Though it really defeats a lot of the purpose of Ryan's deck.
Yep.
Mangara combo does not happen.
Oh,
He
so-
brought in a life from loam.
Interesting. I'm surprised by that.
So am I.
Maybe he thought that the 3 stifles were just so bad that he needed more cards
it
to
could
bring
be.
in.
It could be.
So Brian Koo draws Caracas, plays Athalia, and wow, that's a nice combo. Simon Sung can never really burn that out because it'll just get Caracas. Simon Sung might have to force
Jit
this.
he is going to force it. Jit is pretty good against Simon's deck.
Yeah, with first strike, wow,
First strike,
nice
yeah.
interaction.
You get to the point where you're, almost killing Tarmogoyfs.
Yeah.
Once
And-
again, Sylvan doing its thing. It's looking at 3 cards. Looks like a Tarmogoyf, maybe. A Daze. You cannot tell the 3rd card. Puts 2 back. Opts not to pay the 4 life.
Yep.
2 Wastelands, 1 Tropical. I have to imagine... Oh, Wasteland gets rid of Caracas, and I imagine he's going to play a creature here. Of some sort.
He would certainly like to.
Perhaps a Mongoose?
Delver.
Delver.
And he knows the top 2 from Sylvan, doesn't he?
He does. That's a nice little combo.
Yeah. So Mother
of
of Runes.
Runes, but a little later than I think he wanted to come out.
Yep. We'll still make Simon Sung play a little differently because of that Jite.
And he doesn't want to actually equip the Jite to the Mother of Runes. He might have to, but doesn't want to.
Right. Not the ideal creature to carry that
No,
pointing
not at
stick.
all.
So Simon Sung resolves his Sylvan. Does not look like he's paying any life. Just can't quite afford to do that.
Nope.
Doesn't want to go too low against Brian Koo's White Weenie deck. Attacks for 3. There's that Trop again.
And this looks like it's going to be a Goyf.
Yeah,
Man.
a monster. That Goyf, you have instant.
Brian really needs another land to cast this Sarah's Avenger.
Nope,
Gonna get dazed.
Oops.
Or Spell
Spell
Snare,
Snare.
even better.
So Brian Koo just really at the mercy of his own mana right now. He only has 2 lands available.
He needs more lands right now.
Simon Sung still with a Daze in reserve.
Brian Q doesn't play that many lands either.
Oh.
Looks like he only plays, there's 22.
And there's another nice little combo with Sylvan Library. Dredge Life from the Loam when you don't like the cards on top.
That is nice. 4/5
4/5 Goyf.
And again, Mother can block, but
Opens himself up to a burn spell there.
Though Simon doesn't have any red sources in play.
Right. Brian Koo, though, in the last game, he was pretty hesitant to open his Mother Runes up.
Yeah, he was very hesitant. Probably a little too much so.
Yeah, for sure. Caracas cannot target Caracas. The original wording of it was a little ambiguous. It said target legend, but at that time, they really just took it to mean target legendary creature.
Right, and so it has been clarified in the Oracle text, and now it
Right.
says target legendary creature.
Right. So, Ancient Grudge milled with Life from the Loam, and that'll take out the Jite.
Yeah.
So Simon Sung pulling further and further ahead here.
It's this deck, this Rug Delver deck.
Yeah,
It is
super
very
powerful.
versatile. And I think we were both looking at Death and Taxes to win this one, but this game is just not looking good.
Game 1 was Brian Koo's to win. I think he just played a little too cautiously.
And, he played around. It's almost like he played around Fire Ice so long that he let Simon Sung draw Fire and Ice.
Yeah, as what so often happens
Yeah.
in games of Magic.
And he was, he was just sylvaning every turn for so long that he eventually got it.
Yep.
He sees Simon keep looking at those 3 cards. He assumed his hand is stacked, but it wasn't.
Right, he just kept hitting non-impressive cards. So Life from the Loam gets cast from Simon Sung. And he'll come in.
Comes, yep. And he's got to protect himself and
Ooh,
stifle.
So So Stifle, Simon Sung not making it work in the
No.
conventional way with the fetch lands, but still managing to put it to good use.
Bolt is a dagger, but man, the size of the
The
dagger
Stifle.
on Stifle is just humongous.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything is bigger than Texas, even the daggers.
Yep. So that's the face of a man who knows he's about to lose here, cannot do much.
Playing out Ether Vial, but what does that really accomplish?
Nope, he's going to get...
Pretty much has to go with the Sarah's Avenger, leave himself open to Daze, which Simon has, and there is the hand.
Congratulations, Simon Sung.
Goes on to the finals.
Advanced to the finals, wow. And not bad for Brian Koo either. Takes a rogue deck
Yeah.
to this big legacy tournament, makes top 4.
No, you know, I don't think the Death Tax is really rogue.
It's not that well.